Of that KFC incident that you had mentioned, I never actually got the full story. And do you mind sharing the whole thing?
Well, I wouldn't be much privy to details. All I know is that a gentleman went into a KFC. Then there was no pap, moroho, and meat.
Does KFC sell that? KFC sells pap?
Yes, it does. So they did not cook at that time when he went. So he went into a fiery mode. He started saying a lot of things towards the cashier, despite the lady telling him that we had cooked small because at this particular hour we usually receive fewer foot traffic, and that's why, instead of saying, okay, but I've been here as he claimed, maybe escalate this to the manager, or I'd like to open a case or a query or complaint, he just went on and then said, okay, he was recording that he would forward the video to the management. Instead of forwarding it, he simply took it through the social media, as well as that, like he was killing two birds with one stone. And to me, he might have been right, but the manner in which, the tone and how he expressed it on social media, it was wrong. Because if you are dealing with an institution, you should try and avoid making it about a person, because now it was more like that case.
You were attacking a person.
Yeah, the person who has no managerial decision or any other thing. So that's why he failed. If also businesses evolve, they might not sell a certain thing at a certain hour because there is no one who is buying that. Why cook a pap and then throw it away the next day? You need to look at the matrix of the business. Even my perfume business, for example, there were perfumes that I advertised, but because those were hard to find, or people were not buying them in large numbers, not every day that I sold them. So
what was your fast moving one? Maybe you can plug something.
The Joe Maloney and many other perfumes, many of them, Mason Cravelli, it's mainly from Family, and Tom Ford's, many others. So, but any other things, even them, they would say, if you look at that terms and conditions, subject to availability. So the availability means that, one, is there someone who's able to cook pap at that time? Two, do they even have the pap itself to cook? Do they even have electricity at that time? You cannot say that this is a false advertising or false marketing. False advertising, you need to tell me that I've been here every hour for the last 30 days and you never saw this. Now remove it, because it has passed that certain things. Not when you come every day at 3 a.m. or the last thrice or 4 times at 3 a.m. Who would cook pap at 3 a.m. when it is not in demand?
Actually, it reminds, I don't know if you know Trevor Noah, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember his old specials back when he was still around here, when he used to come to Botswana also. He had one of his specials where he said, never insult a service industry person or a hospitality person. And, he joked it. He said, Kore, those burkis, those, what do we call them? When we were in history class, we used to call them, Boer trekkers. So those individuals, they are normally big and they get aggressive very quickly. So they'll come to the KFC window and they'll be like, hey, dumelang chepo, kekupa pap and palich, okay? And make it quick, make it snappy. And then the lady will be like, all right, sir, I'll give you something. Then she makes something, goes to the next counter, he receives it. This is how Trevor knows it. He says it's better. I think you should look it up. So he gets to the next counter, she gives it to him. And he's like, what the bloody hell is this? This is not what I ordered. You don't know who I am. And she's like, okay, sorry, sir. She takes it back. And then they say, special order. They say, hey, love, this one is a special order. So now they make the right thing. But then the guy is, he's making it a special order. So people forget something. The guy that is bringing your food, you don't insult that person.
No,
you
have to.
That person.
I always say people that if there is any person that you have to respect in life, a security officer, the cleaner, as a waiter or waitress, and a cook, all these people that you might think they hold lower paying job or blue collar jobs, they are integral part of our society. Actually, to me, there are people that we cannot, they're critical skill workers. We cannot work without them. I can imagine if all the cooks, all the waiters, waitresses, security officers, cleaners, and those people who collect trash, were to call it quit and they don't go to work,
the system will stop.
The system will collapse. Sewage workers and everything, the system will collapse because we need those people in any part of
they
the
are
society.
essential workers.
They are essential workers. So, but unfortunately for some people, they look down on them, but they forget that these people are the ones who clean my own dirt, or they cook for me.
do the job that you would not do.
That you would not do, and the job that, literally, like you said, they would even throw whatever. I can imagine if that person say, okay, fine, we'll cook this thing for you, and then they put something that might affect their immune system or whatever. So people need to be understanding, and they need not to be understanding, empathy. They need to be mannered enough to know that people provide service. If you have a complaint, say it, address it. If someone saying, okay, we are sorry, we'll do better next time, then you can say, okay, open a queue.
Did you apologize or something?
The lady was so apologetic. She even
I mean him. Did he apologize to her?
No. She never apologized. Even now, he never apologized. He still thinks that he's right, and that.
But is connected to the president or something.
Yeah, he used to be part of the photographer to the former first lady, or So he had those political connections. So I think eventually, it's what we would call people get drunk with power.
I think that is privilege, that's what people are getting. Earlier on when I was talking about that school incident, I think it was privilege. Some individuals are too accustomed to their privilege that they forget, they are still, there's a lack of checks and balances, that causes problems, because now when you are used to being given everything, and then that one time you are not given something, you react, and then for them in their mind, they think they are doing the right thing.